going on, guys? Welcome back to Max Nerd Builds. So, the projects just keep rolling here at the house. Today, what we're going to do is we are going to try and alleviate some completely unorganized storage in the bathroom that we use right outside the pool. Let me show you what we got going on. So, storing swimsuits and stuff, we have been using one of these Rubbermaid deals that you could put the swimsuits in. Everybody kind of had their own slot. Problem is, slots are small. Kids are no longer small. Now they got big swimsuits. And it's only got two big drawers at the bottom. And it did not fit in our space very well, which we used here in the bathroom. And this corner cubby here, as you come inside the door, it you put it up against a wall, it'd sit out here like this, and then you had yourself a weird gap, and it was constantly getting moved around, and stuff was falling back behind the Rubbermaid thing, and it was just a mess. So since we are redoing the basement, we have decided that we got these wicker baskets. I think we picked them up at Old Time Pottery or something. So what we're going to do is we are going to make shelves going across here. 1, 2, 3, and then adults, bigger kids, smaller kids, and then down here on the bottom we're going to have the big basket that's going to slide underneath the shelves for laundry. So that is the game plan for today. Alright, so with the baskets all the way against the back of the wall and the laundry basket all the way against the back of the wall, we're looking at a total depth about 17 inches. That's where we're at. Trying to get you over top of it. You want to make sure and have enough leeway and everything to where you've got plenty of room. So I'm thinking maybe shooting these out 20 inches off the wall, and then that way you've got a buffer here on the front. So I'm thinking probably 20 inches all the way across on either side. I did some rough measurements earlier across the back wall. Man, trying to do this one-handed. Yeah, right. Anyways, this is not square. So I think it was like 21 and a quarter or something here, and then I had 21 and like 3/4 or something up front. So obviously this wall has a slope to it and it's not square. So we're going to have to adjust our cuts to try and make up for that. But let's start off. We're going to cut off a couple 20-inch supports that we can secure to either side here. I mean, look, you can even see that tape, how far off that tape is from the wall. So what we're going to do, get a couple 20s, screw one here. I'll show you how to get those level, and then we will cut our first shelf and figure out how to make it to where it fits in there, where it isn't square. I mean, all we're holding up is some swimsuits and a wicker basket, so I think 2x3s will be completely plenty for this project. That's a couple 20-inch lines. there you go. All right. So on this first shelf, we're just going to want to make it to where this basket can slide under it, but you want to make sure it slides under it comfortably, I guess you could say. Let's go ahead and make the first shelf. Let's just go 20 up. I think 20 up would be fine. Give it plenty of room to slide in and out. Last thing you want to do is get caught on the shelf or something. So what you're gonna do, get in here. Measure 20 up off the floor. And you're going to want to try and find your studs. You can do stud finders. You can also, hopefully, I don't know if it's going to come up on camera or not, especially these older homes like mine, they use a lot of drywall nails instead of screws. So I can actually see where one is pushing through right here. You can see another one right here. There's a paint crack around it, so I know I've got a stud here. Then I also should have a stud, of course, all the way up front. So measuring those out, you see, like there's no way it's 16 centers. So do the old tap. That feels nice and solid here in the corner, hollow. See, that also sounds pretty weak. Hopefully there's another stud in this wall, right there. There's got to be something back there, because that nail's hitting something, feels like. All right. Alright, so we're going to come up 20 inches, like so. Drive one in the corner, hopefully it hits something hard. I don't think it did, but it should be enough to hold it. And also, these little baby levels, and these things are great. So then you can see you want to make sure, get your shelves level. That way they're not flopping all over the place. Get us another screw. Get it lined up on our mark to where the stud should be, hopefully. I think that'll hold some swimsuits. Then let's get to work on the other side. So now that you have one side up and level, you don't have to try and guess and measure and hope that it's the same exact 20 inches off from here to here. You can actually throw a level from here to here. Either side. We have to do a little fine tuning at the end, but you can go side to side. Now you know that your board is level with this board. Transfer that over. Make sure this board's nice and level, which it is. I just shot that in there right now just to make sure it wasn't going nowhere. I don't think I hit a stud. And I'm not hearing one. In here anywhere. Crazy. Okay. So, now the fun part. I'm going to measure the back. You see I've got, what, 21 and about 21 and 5/8 in the back. On the front, I've got 22 and a 16th. All right, so we're wanting to come 21 and 5/8 on the back side. And we are wanting to come out 20 inches this way. And then we want it to be 22 and 1/8 that way. Let's grab a straight edge instead of the old lumber trick there. Get us another 20-inch line here. So you see those 20-inch lines, those are adding up just fine. Man, lumber cost. I know I said it with the shelf project, the big shelf project, I guess. Holy cow, 25 bucks for a sheet of 1/4-inch plywood. What? Come on. Who's getting rich off of this? It ain't this guy. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my marks that I made with my goofy bend in the wall. We may still have to do some massaging at the end, but hopefully that'll get us close. And for walls that aren't straight, as you can see, that fits pretty darn close. If you wanted to, once you get it on there, you can run a bead of caulk or something across the edges before you paint it, make it look real nice. But I think that will work for me. And you might be thinking, well, this looks horrible. which, yeah, kind of does. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a measurement from here to here, get that measurement, then we're going to cut a piece of trim and tack that piece of trim up here to box this in, make it look nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this trim that we cut to size, I'm going to match it up so where the bottom is with the bottom of the 2x3. That's going to give it just a little bit of a ledge right here. So that way when you put your basket on there, make sure kids don't pull it off on top of them or whatever. If you wanted to, you could move this down to make it flush there if you wanted. Make it flush on the top. I think I want to make it flush on the bottom. That way it gives it just a little bit of a lip. And then this is kind of tucked in place right now. That gives the laundry basket room to slide underneath. So let's get the air nailer out. Throw a couple small finishing nails in with the air nailer, and then paint that, and do it again, and do it again, till we have all our shelves. I am going to go ahead and tack this into place as well, just to make sure it didn't go anywhere. What's the problem? Ooh, that woke me up. Alright, figure out what's going on with the gun. Well, of course, my nail gun decided to stop working. Took it apart, not seeing what's going on. So, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way and just use some finishing nails by hand. That's why I didn't want to do finishing nails by hand, is because they are the smallest thing in the world and love to bend on you. But we will make do. You just want to tack this in place so it doesn't slide around on you or pop up or anything weird like that. There we go. Now, do I want the trim up like this? Do you want the trim and like this? All right, let's see what the boss wants. Okay, the boss had the same idea I did by putting it with the bevel towards the bottom. I think what I'm going to do is get these started down here on the ground. That is a tight fit. And I'm just using my finger, leveling it out down here on the bottom. and try and get these. I'll go get a punch them in a little further. There we go. That ain't going nowhere. Then I'll come back, a little bit of paint, dab them up. Look good as new. And there you go. Get yourself 3 shelves. They can hold our little baskets and all our swimsuits and laundry. Goes underneath, out of the way. I think that's going to look far better than that plastic deal we had in there before. All it took was about, what was it? A little over 6 feet of this floor and wall trim, half sheet of plywood. I went through 1.5 2x3s, handful of screws, some finishing nails and such. Air nailer quit working on me. Don't know why. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could get underneath there and paint all that too, but not this guy. Yeah, so I mean, stuff that you just got laying around in your shed or something, get your hands dirty. You can do it. So there you go, guys. A little different speed again here today. Max Boneyard Builds. I appreciate you guys coming by, checking out the video. Like I said, any sort of quick DIY projects on a budget, whatever, it'll probably hit the channel. But I appreciate you guys checking them out. I appreciate all my subscribers, all the likes, all the comments. Always love a good conversation. If you guys got any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.